Best Android Phone 2019. Samsung S10 Plus. The Snapdragon 855 and the 8GB RAM makes browsing and gaming speedy on this phone. The baseline 128GB of storage is great, but you can also pick up the phone with 512GB or even 1TB. If that's not enough, storage can be boosted by 512GB via microSD, bumping potential storage to 1.5TB. Whoever should need it. The phone has few drawbacks, with a huge 6.4-inch screen in the smallest frame I have seen, thanks to a 93% screen-to-body ratio. The in-screen fingerprint sensor is cool, the ability to wirelessly charge other devices using the new wireless PowerShare feature is even cooler, and I just love the clean look of the phone. Samsung Galaxy S10e. The Samsung Galaxy S10e is essentially the iPhone XR for Android. Flagship specs at a lower price, with a few features shaved off to cut costs. And yet, the S10e is less of a compromise. It retains an AMOLED display, starts at 6GB of RAM, and packs a second ultra-wide rear camera. There are several things the S10e lacks compared to its pricier siblings, but nothing you'll terribly miss. Its side-mounted sensor is still more reliable than the in-screen fingerprint sensor on the S10 and S10 Plus. The 2x telephoto lens on its bigger siblings isn't as useful as the ultra-wide sensor it keeps. The 2x telephoto lens on its bigger siblings isn't as useful as the ultra-wide sensor it keeps. But most importantly, it's a cheaper, smaller phone in a sea of Android phones that are getting larger and pricier. OnePlus 7 Pro. The OnePlus 7 Pro's real innovation is a seamless no-notch display, made possible by a Persicap 16-megapixel selfie camera. It pops up when taking selfies, but also when unlocking the phone with facial recognition. It even auto-retracts when the phone's gyroscope detects it's been dropped. The upgrades from last year's OnePlus 6T are worth it. The new handset adds a third ultra-wide camera, retains its in-display fingerprint sensor, and even bumps up the resolution to an impressive WQHD+ for a sharper-than-ever picture. Samsung Note 10 Plus. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus is the most supreme this smartphone series has been, with a big gorgeous display, 4 rear cameras, and the same reliable S Pen stylus. Following the Samsung Galaxy S10's lead, the Note 10 Plus adds a 16MP ultra-wide lens and a time-of-flight depth sensor. And the phone maker has really leaned into the premium edge with the Plus, as it starts at 256GB of storage and 12GB of RAM. Google Pixel 4 XL. The Google Pixel 4 XL still takes incredible photos, but its curious features and disappointing battery life make this year's version a bit tougher to recommend. New Soli radar components and a return to a thick top bezel instead of a notch make this a more conservative but still stylish phone. The fingerprint sensor is gone, replaced by facial recognition, unlocking that's not quite on par with Apple's Face ID, and not yet recognized by many banks, meaning the phone doesn't have biometric authentication for financial apps. The new Motion Sense lets you control audio and alarms via aerial hand gestures, but it's not used for much more than that and works erratically to boot.